everyone. I remember covering Waaree Energies IPO a few months ago. Its IPO created massive buzz in the market, and rightly so. Investors were excited by clean energy theme, Waaree's market leadership, and its massive export presence. As a result, its IPO was oversubscribed more than 76 times, and the stock got listed at 70% premium. In fact, within a few days of listing, Waaree was trading at more than 100% gain over its IPO price of around 1500. However, over the next few months, its share price corrected around 45% from the peak. Today, the stock has recovered from the lows, but it is still trading around 25-30% below the highs. Another important point is, in spite of so much potential in solar panel, the institutional investors are not very keen on Waaree Energies. FIs have less than 1% stake, and DIS stake is also negligible, with no major domestic institution holding Waaree stake. And public has got a good amount of shareholding with more than 8.5 lakh shareholder. At this point, the big question is, Waaree Energy is a hype story or a future multi-bagger? To answer this question, I have done the SWOT analysis of Waaree Energy, where I have discussed its strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. This would give you a lot of clarity about the company and what you should do as an investor with Waaree Energies. But please note that this video is only for educational purpose. Kindly do your own research before investing your money, because then only you will be able to build conviction. If you simply invest based on a video or let's say a tip from social media, even a 10% correction will create panic. Alright, let's get started. Let's first start with the strength of Waaree Energies. Its first strength is market leadership. Waaree Energies command around 21 to 22% share of India's solar module market, making it India's largest solar PV module manufacturer with an installed capacity of around 15 gigawatt as of March 25. In the export domain, Waaree is India's leading solar module exporter, accounting for around 44% of India's solar module export in FY24. This significant capacity positions the company well to benefit from the growth of solar energy in India and globally. Then second strength is backward integration. This slide shows Waaree has a solar cell manufacturing capacity of 5.4 gigawatt, which is the most important part of solar panels. Company is also coming up with 6 gigawatt of facility of ingot and wafer by FY27, which is the raw material for solar panels. On top of this, company is also coming up with 4.8 gigawatt of additional module capacity by FY26-27. Existing capacity is 15 gigawatt. Waaree has also done investment in batteries that include lithium-ion storage cell and energy storage system. 3.5 gigawatt hour facility to be operational in FY27. Waaree is awarded 300 megawatt of electrolyzer manufacturing facility for green hydrogen that would be operationalized in FY27. This backward integration would help Waaree Energy reduce the dependence on China for import of solar cell. And mind you, solar cell are the most important component in solar module. So that would improve company's margin and make the supply chain more resilient. Then third strength is technological advancement. Technology plays a very important role in improving the solar panel efficiency, and Waaree Energy is focused on innovation via R&D. It has adopted advanced technologies like TOPCon and HJT modules that achieves higher efficiency of nearly 22 to 23% as compared to standard mono PERC module that have efficiency of around 20 to 21%. This positions company at the forefront of solar module technology. Then fourth strength is strong order book and customer relationship. Waaree has 25 gigawatt order book that translates to around 47,000 crore of order book. Within this, 43% of the order book is from India and 57% is from overseas. It reflects Waaree's long-term contract with major clients like US utilities, Indian PSU companies, and this order visibility suggests sticky customer relationship, unlike your fully commoditized market where contracts are short-term and price-driven. Then fifth strength is experienced management. Company benefit from an experienced leadership team with deep expertise in engineering, solar energy, and project management, contributing to successful execution of large-scale projects. Then its sixth strength is the brand name and extensive distribution. Waaree has built one of the largest pan-India distributor dealer network in solar module space with more than 300 franchise and more than 5,000 channel partners that help Waaree maintain visibility in tier 2 and 3 cities, especially for rooftop installation, MSME and small EPC players. Many of these small players trust Waaree over cheaper, lesser known alternative due to quality assurance, warranty servicing and after sales support. I hope you got a fair idea on Waaree's strength. Now let us look at its weakness. So first weakness of Waaree Energy is import dependency. A significant portion of Waaree's material, particularly solar cells, are imported from China. In FY24, 54% of company's total purchase cost was from Chinese import, exposing it to risk from trade restriction or geopolitical tension. Although with newly commissioned 5.4 gigawatt solar cell capacity along with 6 gigawatt of facility of ingot and wafer by FY27, the dependence from China should reduce. We don't have exact breakup of Chinese import percent for FY25. Then second weakness is commoditized market. Please note that solar module industry is highly competitive and commoditized. The reason is because these solar panel manufacturers are essentially importing the solar cell, where the technology plays a very important role, and apart from that, majority of work is more commoditized, which is just assembling everything into a panel. So there is over 1800 gigawatt of solar module capacity, where China dominates with around 80% capacity. This significant expansion in China's capacity has led to an oversupply in global market, resulting in sharp decline in solar module prices that include nearly 40% fall in 2023 alone. Waaree Energy is also part of this commoditized market where profit margins are thin unless players have massive scale or backward integration with solar cell and raw material manufacturing. Then third weakness is dependence on government incentives. Please note that although Waaree is the largest player in Indian solar panel sector, the entire Indian solar panel market is around 74 gigawatt, whereas Chinese solar panel capacity has crossed 1000 gigawatt. Now at the moment, India's solar panel industry has support from government, where they charge 40% custom duty on Chinese solar panel and 27.5% duty on solar cells. Without this custom duty, Indian panels would be 25 to 30% costlier than Chinese panels due to scale and input cost advantage Chinese company get. Plus, government provide incentives to Indian solar panel manufacturer under PLI scheme. In short, without government protection, Chinese panels would flood the Indian market with lower solar modules and domestic manufacturer won't be able to compete. Although players like Waaree are doing backward integration and building scale, but it would still be difficult to compete with Chinese players without government support. Of course, government will continue to support this industry, but in short, the entire solar panel industry remain vulnerable to policy reversal. Now let us understand the opportunity for Waaree Energies. Friends, there's no doubt that the opportunity size for solar panel manufacturing is massive. Indian government has a massive target of 500 gigawatt of renewable power by 2030. Within this, solar power target is 250 gigawatt, and as of today, India's total installed solar power capacity is around 100 gigawatt. So there's still a requirement of additional 150 gigawatt of capacity in next 5 years to achieve the target. Waaree has an order book of 47,000 crore, which is around 3 times its FY25 revenue. There is a demand across utility scale projects, rooftop solar initiative with government schemes like PM Suryodaya Yojana, then industrial and commercial adoption, as well as export opportunity in US and Europe, where they are trying to reduce their dependence on China, and India has emerged as a top alternative. I was going through Waaree con call where its management mentioned that our EBITDA in 2025 was 3,123 crore and we are gunning for 5,500 crore to 6,000 crore. If management can achieve that target, it would be nearly 90 to 100% growth in EBITDA in FY26. I got this information while tracking Waaree Q4 result, which is part of my weekly video series where I discuss my own investment strategies along with tracking more than 200 quarterly results. For more detail, you can explore my website or join button of this YouTube channel. Apart from this, Waaree is also diversifying into battery energy storage with 2,070 crore investment for 3.5 gigawatt hour capacity and exploring electrolyzer manufacturing and green hydrogen solution. Although at the moment it is in nascent stage, but there's a decadal opportunity in this space. Now let us look at the key threat. So first threat is oversupply risk. Now this is very important to understand. As we have discussed that solar module assembly is mainly a commoditized business. So at this point, there's certainly a lot of demand for solar panel, but the supply is catching up fast. Domestic players like Tata Power, Reliance, Vikram Solar, Renew Energy, Mundra Solar, then Premier Energies, along with Waaree Energy are setting up massive capacity, and it is expected that in next 2 to 3 years, solar panel supply can outpace the demand. In that case, solar panel prices can crash, and that can negatively impact margins and profitability of solar companies. Then second threat is material risk volatility. Although Waaree Energy has done a backward integration with 5.4 gigawatt of solar cell manufacturing capacity, there is still dependence on import of raw material and solar cell on Chinese player. So there is always a risk of price volatility and geopolitical issue that can disrupt the supply chain. Then third threat is US exposure risk. As of today, nearly 50% of Waaree business comes from US, and at the moment, there's a big overhang of US tariff on solar import. If Trump put high tariff on Indian solar import, it can be a big blow to Waaree Energies. So this overhang is massive and must be monitored very carefully. Moreover, Trump has a different stance on clean energy. Trump has openly opposed renewable energy sources like wind and solar. In fact, he has proposed major cuts in clean energy funding. And this may lead to a slowdown in US solar market, potentially decreasing demand for imported solar modules. Hence, a high exposure of nearly 50% from US market is again a key risk for Waaree Energies. So I hope now you got a clear idea on strength, weakness, opportunity and threat for Waaree Energy. On one side, Waaree is the largest player in Indian solar panel sector and is also backward integrating with solar cell manufacturing. Plus, Waaree is a strong management team and has built a strong brand name in India with a very solid distribution. But on another side, this business of solar panel is commoditized. There's a lot of dependence on Indian government policy on putting custom duty on Chinese import to remain sustainable. Otherwise, Indian solar companies can't compete with China on price. As far as opportunity is concerned, there's a massive opportunity worth 150 gigawatt of additional solar power target by FY30 against current capacity of 100 gigawatt. However, there are multiple risks, including the oversupply of solar panel in the next few years that might crash solar panel prices. Then there's a raw material risk with dependence on China, and Waaree has around 50% exposure in US, where there is risk of Trump tariff and funding cut for clean energy. At the moment, Waaree Energy is trading at a PE of around 40-42, which looks quite attractive considering the high growth in the past and nearly 90 to 100% growth guidance for FY26 and EBITDA. So in short term, the prospects looks good, and based on market sentiment, Waaree Energy may do well in the near term. However, in the medium term, there's a massive risk of oversupply. Overall, the conclusion is Waaree Energy is not that easy multi-bagger as it looks. Please avoid falling for narratives of massive opportunity. Yes, there is opportunity, but at the same time, there are a lot of threats that you must keep in mind before putting your hard-earned money. Okay, let me not stress this video further. I hope you got a clear picture of Waaree Energy latest development. I've tried to share both pros and cons in best of my knowledge. If you find it useful, do share it within your circle. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care.